So to quickly go through the application proposal process, it is an online process. We have an application. If you go to world.stetson.edu, it is a faculty-led study abroad proposal request form. I don't believe it's active yet. Hopefully by the time this meeting is over, before the end of the day, we will have that live and running for you. Things that we ask in that application, you know, the dates, the location, your minimum and maximum number of students. We want a copy of the syllabus. If you have a rough idea of a budget, you can submit that, especially if it's a homegrown program, we would need that. If it is a program that is going through a provider, we don't need that budget right away. We will work on that together. Any information about the program that we can utilize for your program page, description of the course, why you're choosing that location, etc. There's a bunch of short answer questions that we have in that application that will help us frame that a little bit better. All programs must have approval by the dean of their department as well as the chair of their department, or the dean of their college and university there, so that it is approved by both of them. There is an electronic online form that both the dean and the chair will receive when you submit your application. If you're in the School of Business, you would need that approval before submitting your application through the World office. And the main reason is because we want to make sure that the dean and the chair know that these are programs that you're planning on running. They've approved the course and the content that you want to teach. And if we don't have those approvals in our office, we will not promote the program to move forward. We won't create that application or the program page as well. The deadline for programs is May 31st for all brand new programs. If you have never run this program before through World, the deadline would be May 31st to submit that application. If you are offering a recurring program that's been offered before through World, that deadline will be September 1st. And the main reason why we have these deadlines is because it does take some time to work with providers to either get a new proposal or to renew that application, that proposal for a recurring program. And then we also want to make sure we have enough time to gather all of this information so that come Values Day on September 22nd this year, we can fully promote every single study abroad faculty-led program that we're running this year, because that is the biggest event that has the highest level of student turnout, where we can really truly promote and hope that students sign up and gain interest in these programs. And the other part of the proposal process is a meeting with me. We like to sit down and just have a one-on-one conversation to discuss your proposal, what are the next steps, and what you can expect in terms of the timing of everything. And any application that is coming in after those two deadlines of May 31st and September 1st will be considered only on a case-by-case basis. For the meeting that you would have with us, that preparation, all I'm looking for is to find out what is your wish list. What are the things that you absolutely want in your program? Think big, think bold. Any things that you want on your wish list, we'd love to take a look at that and we can share that with the provider. But then we also want to prioritize what are the essential things. What are things that you absolutely want in your program, and what are things that are optional that if it becomes too prohibitive for students, we can eliminate some of those optional pieces there. What are the types of students that you're looking to participate? Is it a cross-listed course? Is it open to non-majors? Is it available for credit or non-credit? Those kind of things are going to be important. We'll go over that application that you submitted and to see some of the questions that you might have or that I might have after looking at that application. We'll talk through a little bit of a rough itinerary of what you might be thinking. But if you're completely open to an itinerary and allowing the provider to kind of come up with something and create it, that is welcome as well. And how tied are you to these specifics? Can your dates be changed? Can your location be changed? What kind of things can we change based on the provider feedback? Because sometimes providers might not have an opening, or they might already be fully booked at the time frame that you're looking to do this. And so they might come back and say, well, I can't do it the last week of May, but how about the second week of June? So how tied to these specifics will you be? What is the type of program and that tuition structure? Like I said, is it a standalone summer program? Is it a winter break, spring break? Is it tied to a spring course or a fall course so that the tuition can be lumped into that spring or fall tuition? What is that tuition and program structure looking like? I'd also like to know your experience in that location. Have you been there before? Do you know the language? What is your level of comfort in that specific location? And then the next would be talking through sending that information to risk management and talking with them about your specific program so that we can gain approval, especially if this is a homegrown program. There is an additional supplemental form that you would need to complete that is a risk management and safety form that kind of talks about what it is that you're planning on doing, where you're going, and what are the resources that you have available to support our students in case of an emergency. So this is a quick snapshot of the timeline simplified for you a little bit. So 3 academic terms before your program departure. That's when you will meet with me to talk about your program and all of those logistics that I just mentioned. You'll submit your course description and your syllabus for approval to your chair and your dean. We will receive your application for the program itself on our online system. Our office will send out bids to study abroad providers, at least 2, if not 3 or 4, depending on how many grid options we might have available for that location. We'll submit those bids on your behalf. Once we get those in, it usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the time of year. We will send those proposals to you all at once, so you get them all in one email so you can compare them all at the same time. I usually try and go through and provide a summary as well so you can see the major differences between the provider programs and what you're getting and what you're not compared to the other options. You'll review those proposals and then let me know which one best suits your interest and how you want to move forward. And then we will work then with that specific provider to start the contract process to get it vetted and approved by legal and risk management. And then once we do settle on one of those providers, we will then start working with you to create that budget so that way we can add that to our website and our marketing materials. 2 semesters prior to the program departure, again, we're going to work with risk management and legal on that contract. We'll create marketing materials, the application, and your program page online. We'll help and assist you with marketing and recruiting your program. We will have a global citizenship fair. One of them is held on Values Day and the other one is in early January that we ask the faculty to attend to help promote their program. We will give you access to our online application system so you can get information of who's applying, what they've submitted, what's missing, and things like that. And I will do a training with you so that you know what to expect and how to navigate those systems a little bit more. And I also have a system set up to send you emails once a day if there are any changes to new applications coming into your program. The deadlines for scholarships, again, there's one each semester, so those will also be promoted to your students and prospects. And then the last piece would be the faculty are actively promoting their program, recruiting students, going to different classes within their department, and trying to actively engage and promote their program and recruit students. 1 term prior to the program departure, we will again do that disciplinary check for all of the students. You will review all of your applications and render admission decisions. If you want to approve all of the students or not, we'll work with you on how to do that in the online system. You will start communicating with the students that have accepted or might be still on the fence to encourage them to submit deposits, complete their application, complete post-acceptance forms. We will work as well doing the same thing. It sometimes helps to have the faculty member working and emailing in conjunction with us to really kind of hone in with the students to say, you need to submit your deposit, you need to submit your final payments and things like that. We will collect all of those deposits and payments at that point. We will pay all of the invoices to those providers. Once we get the invoices in, we will submit a cash advance for you so you have money for when you arrive. We'll also submit your stipend payment as well on your behalf. And then we will also host a pre-departure orientation for the students. And then we also will host a pre-departure orientation for faculty. And we'll also give you the faculty-led handbook.